printed in House Report number 111-3, offered by Mr. Patrick Murphy of Pennsylvania.
Pursuant to House Resolution 62, the gentleman from Pennsylvania, Mr. Murphy, and a member opposed, each will control 5 minutes. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Pennsylvania.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield myself as much time as I may consume.
The gentleman is recognized.
Mr. Chairman, last fall, we had to take emergency action to try and stop the falling stock market and weakening credit markets. But I was not pleased when I took a subpoena threat to force financial institutions to release program details about the TARP, the Troubled Asset Relief Program. Mr. Chairman, most folks in America are not aware, but the Federal Reserve, shortly before Thanksgiving, announced a $500 billion effort to purchase MBS, mortgage-backed securities, and contracted with 4 outside investment firms to manage it. With another $500 billion, $500 billion at stake, Mr. Chairman, we cannot let or allow history to repeat itself. We demand that the details of the Fed's MBS program, and it is our duty to demand the information about how the Federal Reserve will run this program. For example, the Fed has refused to make clear details about how they chose the 4 firms and who will manage the purchases. They refused to share how much those firms are getting paid. And it is still unclear what steps have been taken to ensure strict conflict of interest provisions are put in place so that these 4 firms are not given an unfair market advantage because of their role in a mortgage-backed securities program. Despite $500 billion at stake, Mr. Chairman, there are still too many things we do not know. Mr. Chairman, my amendment is simple. It will force the Fed to do 3 things. First, force the Federal Reserve to disclose the details of the request process used to select the investment managers. Second, it would force the Fed to disclose the details of the contracts reached with these 4 investment managers, including price. And third, it will force the Fed to disclose the steps that each investment manager has taken to ensure that the program is free of conflicts of interest or an unfair advantage. Despite many requests from my office and news organizations, we have been unable to get the information relating to these contracts, and with $500 billion and the public trust at stake, this information is not too much to ask or an undue burden on the Fed Reserve. I urge my colleagues to support my amendment, and I reserve the balance of my time.
Reserves the balance of his time. Gentleman from New Jersey.
But I'm not in opposition to the amendment.
Without objection, the gentleman is recognized.
And I recognize myself for 3 minutes.